guys, welcome to yet another compact crossover within the crossover market. Right here we have the Nissan Magnite, something that has been here for quite some time, a very popular vehicle in its category. This right here has a bit of some special touches over here. So this one is indeed the Kuro version. So up front we have this mesh design grille over here with, of course, our black our gloss black surround grills over here, which is really nice, with that silver Nissan badging over there. Down below we also do have our LED fog lamps on this vehicle, which I really like. LED fog lamps is a must in 2024. And we also do have our LED daytime running lights. I like the shape of these daytime running lights. They look absolutely the business, and they're really nice, man. When you're driving around in town, like, they just add a bit of some flair to this vehicle and things like that. Up top we have our halogen headlamps, something that I'm not really a fan of, considering that this vehicle's price is about 363,000 rand. So I'm not really a fan of that much. But what I'm a fan of is this vehicle's color scheme. This black on black thing has to be one of my favorite things on this vehicle. But anyway, coming along to the side, we have some body cladding over here, of this black body cladding over here. You won't really tell. It's difficult to tell this body cladding because the vehicle is black, but I kind of like this body cladding. And this being the Kuro version, as I mentioned, comes with some gloss black rims and red calipers to give it a bit of that sporty feeling, or that sporty element, of which I really like. And then side mirror wise, there's our gloss black side mirror with, of course, our integrated turn signal over here. And I have to say, man, I really like this vehicle from the front and from the side. Like, side proportions of this vehicle is absolutely amazing. But coming to the door comfort wise, we have our keyless entry over there with the press of a button, and then you see, just like that, it's locked, and it takes some time to respond sometimes, but when it works, it actually works. So that's what I really like about the vehicle. And then up top we do have our, what do you call this, our roof racks, our gloss black roof racks, which I'm not sure if they can actually carry that much. I think it's just more of a design element. But nonetheless, man, I really like this vehicle from the side. It's a very cute little car, you know. It's very cute. It says what it does on the tin. Coming along to the rear, back here, unfortunately we do not get LED tail lights over here. It's just a simple traditional halogen tail light. It's a bit of a, but honestly, in this price range, in this category, I don't really have much of a problem with it. It's okay. Down below we do have our parking sensors over there and the black body cladding over there. And up top we also do have a little spoiler, which kind of makes this vehicle look a bit sporty and yana. And then our CVT badge signifying the type of transmission that this vehicle has, but I'll get into that in the driving impressions. And then we also do have our Magnite, since this is a Nissan Magnite. So with the Kuro version, right, this strap over here, or this strip over here, is in gloss black. The normal Accenta models and other models don't have this strip running across to the, from light bar to light bar, from tail light to tail light. It doesn't have that. But nonetheless, man, I really like that. And then down here on the side we have our turbo badging over there, since this vehicle is turbocharged. And then underneath we have this tucked in reverse camera over here. You won't really, it's difficult for you to see it. I don't really like the reverse camera being down there, because it's easy for you to, you know, touch the reverse camera and with your fingers and things like that. But it's okay, because down below we also do have our button to release the tailgate. And then you're greeted to this lovely big boot space over here, sitting at about a boot capacity of about 336 liters. And I like the fact that, you know what, this boot space is indeed illuminated, because in a vehicle in this category, people kind of like cheapen out. Manufacturers really do cheapen out here and there, but nonetheless, I like that about the vehicle. I just moved my bag over here. Down below we also do have our full-size spare wheel over here, and our triangles and our tow recovery points and things like that, of which is really a nice touch. What I'm not a fan of has to be this, you know, this what can I put it, this boot floor mat. I'm not really a fan of it. It's a bit flimsy, but with most Nissan vehicles it's like that, so I don't really like that. And the fact that I can see the noise insulation material down there, it's not really that great and amazing. But nonetheless, this vehicle actually looks amazing from the rear. It's a cute little car. I mean, its competitors are its younger cousin is the Renault Kaiga, and its competitors are about the Suzuki Fronx. Yeah, with that being said, let's jump back inside and let me take you guys through the inside. Alright, so you guys join me inside the interior of the Nissan Magnite, and first things first, let's start off with the key. It's a typical Nissan key, similar to the one you find in the Nissan Navara, with your lock and your unlock button over there. For this vehicle, I really don't mind it, because in the Nissan Navara review, I didn't like this key because it was a bit on the light side, but I like it since this is a small, cute car, man. So with that being said, foot on the brake and push to start, obviously, in this vehicle. And the 1 liter turbocharged engine will come alive. And up front, you're greeted to, let me just kill this first. So up front, back on, okay. So up front, you are greeted to this digital distributed cluster up front. Well, it's similar to the one that you get in the Kuro Live, where the left instrument cluster, the two left for the temperature and for the fuel gauge, I would say it's partial. It's not really a screen, but it's just semi-digital or something like that. I'll put overplay videos of what I mean. And then the actual big screen over there in the middle is actually an actual screen. So that's just that. And then coming around to the steering wheel, we have a fully leather wrapped steering wheel over there with of course our multi-function buttons. So on the left we have our audio buttons, and on the right we have our cancel for our cruise control, and a button to toggle between our instrument cluster. So if I press this button, it will change the view to show me the fuel economy. If I change that, it will show me my trip computer, and if I change that, it will show my tire pressure and things like that, you know, and my service intervals and things like that, of which I really like. For like in its segment and the pricing, I feel like that's pretty modern. That's very modern. It also does have a bit of some gloss black over here, of which I like. What I don't like in normal vehicles, right, the cruise control buttons will be, to activate the cruise control will be on the right steering wheel side, right? But then on this vehicle, it's here on the left, right? So I don't really like the fact that you need to reach out and actually select your cruise control on that side. But nonetheless, it's okay. Coming along to the center, you have this Lamborghini Euro style air vents, which for me, they're cute. Usage of materials, not really that amazing, but it's a budget vehicle. Either way, what's your hands doing on the dashboard after all? But nonetheless, I really like that. And then what I also like is this 8-inch infotainment system. So it comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, of which I really like. It's not the most responsive screens, but it does get the job done, you know. You also do have your vehicle modes, and something that just to tell you, eco driving modes and things like that, but I'll get into that when I'm driving, and your trip report, things like that. So that much I really do like. What I don't like about this vehicle, right, is the fact that, you know, in traditional vehicles, when you open the door, when you open the driver's side door, it actually unlocks the entire vehicle. With this vehicle, you actually need to press that, and you hear this annoying sound. And each and every time when I stop or when I switch off the vehicle, I expect the vehicle to unlock for me. It doesn't do that. I need to go there and press that button to unlock the vehicle, right? So that's really something that I don't like about the vehicle. What I also don't like has to be the little key things over there, like I'll put overplay videos, basically how the key thing just pops up and pops down each and every time you lock and unlock the vehicle. But nonetheless, I actually like those. I don't like those. I don't like those. Sorry, my bad. Coming along to the center down here, we also do have our single stage climate control. I like the way they let me just start up the vehicle once more. So you get a little fan speed icon and temperature over there with just the twist. So you can just basically just twist them to just, you know, adjust where you want the fan speed and the temperature and things like that. I like the fact that it's actual knobs that you can twist, because they're pretty easy to use when you're on the go, and very legible as well, because you're able to read these things. So down here, connectivity wise, you also do have a wireless charging port. A wireless charging port that can actually switch on, because some of us just want to put our phones there and actually just leave them, just leave it there, and instead of charging it, because sometimes your phone kind of heats up. So you can actually, there's actually a power button there where you can actually switch off this wireless charging pad and just use it as a place to store your phone and things like that. And then down here we also have space for some coins, 12-volt socket, and a USB outlet over there. Down below you also do have your transmission, your gear selector over there with park, neutral, D, and your long range drive. Pop that back with your handbrake. What I don't like about this handbrake, right, it's in a weird position. So right now my handbrake is up, but even when the handbrake is down, it still looks like the handbrake is up. I don't know if it makes sense, right? But nonetheless, it's absolutely amazing. Let me just kill this vehicle first. Okay. What I also like is the fact that, let me just put it back to its accessory mode. So as you can see, everything is lit up, right? If I open the door, it'll switch everything off for me. I like that. I like that about the vehicle. So coming around to the center, we do have two cup holders over here, and they're pretty huge, man. You can fit in one of those huge cups in here, of which I really like. I believe since this is a more feminine vehicle, females like carrying one of those long-term cups. But yeah, I really like that. A plus has to be this roof lining. The black roof lining looks amazing. I can't commend Nissan. I can't say, you know, like, basically Nissan have outdone themselves by including a black roof lining in this vehicle. I think it only comes with the Kuro version, I'm not sure. With our sun visors over there, they're not illuminated, but oh well. What I hate has to be this lights over here. This light thing over here feels like an afterthought. It feels like it was just stuck on over there, and yeah, I just don't like it. What I also don't like has to be that fact that the center thing, the center armrest doesn't open. There's no storage thing, there's nothing over here. But I like the materials. It has this denim feeling to it. The seats of the vehicle are also pretty comfortable. I don't know if they're a bit on the firm side as well, but they're not too, they're firm, but they're not uncomfortable. I don't know if that makes sense, right? I don't know if this is because this vehicle is still new, because this vehicle has done about 2,800 Ks already. So I don't know if they're still yet to soften up or things like that. But nonetheless, let me jump back to the back seats and let me take you guys through the back seats. So you join me inside the rear seats of the Nissan Magnite. So first things first, let's start off with legroom. Legroom is pretty decent. This is my traditional driving position. And then headroom is also, there's plenty amounts of headroom over here. And I have to say, man, the seats are a bit on the firm side, but not too firm in an uncomfortable way. They're okay, if I must say. They're just okay. We also do have a little lamp over here, like the one in front. And the window over here is electric, of which I like. And then we have a little map pocket over there to store, I don't know what you guys call it, and a little cup holder down here. What I like is the fact that I also do get rear air vents, considering that this might be a mom vehicle, so the children will get some, some ventilation back here. And then I also like a 12-volt socket or 12-volt outlet over here, of which I really like. Coming along to the center, we do have a center armrest, which is really a neat feature in a vehicle of this category, with two cup holders and a slot there to store your phone. Okay. Put that up. Sitting in the middle, so sitting in the middle is pretty okay. The only downside is the fact that the middle seat doesn't have no headrest. So if you're on the tall side, you might have some whiplash, but nonetheless it's okay. But what I like is the fact that there's no transmission tunnel over here, so I can actually put my feet comfortably down here. So I like it. So sitting three is doable. You guys just have to be on the small side, but nonetheless, that's me. But let's jump back into the driving impression so I can take you through the drive of the vehicle. Alright, so you guys join me inside the Nissan Magnite for the driving impressions of the vehicle. And right from the get-go, you know how we do it this side. So we start off with the oily bits. So under the hood we have 1 liter turbocharged engine, putting out about 74 kilowatts and about 152 newton meters of torque, right? And it sends its power through a CVT gearbox. And I know, before you guys complain about CVT gearboxes, we all know that CVT gearboxes are not really that amazing. But with this one, it really does a good job of mimicking a real auto box, right? So it doesn't whine too much. Obviously it's a 1 liter, it will whine a bit, but it doesn't whine too much. And you might be thinking that, okay, 74 kilowatts and 152 newton meters of torque is not really that much. But in all honesty, I feel like this is adequate power for this for a vehicle of this size, right? Because it doesn't really weigh that much. To put that into perspective, right? Polo Vivo weighs similar to this vehicle, right? And the power output, Polo Vivo 1.6, the one I have on my channel, and power output is similar to this one, right? I think this one is a tad, I think the newton meters are a bit higher, but yeah, man. And so this vehicle, this vehicle is also turbocharged, so it doesn't feel underpowered at all. It's okay, especially on the town commute and things like that, right? What I also like, and what I have a hate and relationship about with this vehicle, so basically I have a love and hate relationship with the steering input of this vehicle, right? So in town, I love the steering input of the vehicle because it's, how can I put it? It's very light, right? It's light. You point it to wherever you want it to point, and it will go there. And then on the highway, I want the steering wheel to feel a bit weighted, but unfortunately with this vehicle, it doesn't feel weighted at all. But it's not really much of a problem. What took me some time getting used to, what I don't like, right? And I feel like this is where Nissan kind of like cut corners, is the pedals. So I feel like the pedals that Nissan used with this vehicle is the same pedals they used with the manual variants, because the brake pedal is so tiny. I'll put in overplay videos, right? Compared to other automatics where the brake pedal is a bit, it's a bit chunky, you know. So with this one, the brake pedal just does feel a bit small, or the foot space does feel a bit like cramped down there, but nonetheless it's okay. This vehicle also does have an auto or sport button, right? So it's quite weird. It just holds the race basically. There's no performance things, or it doesn't like perform that much. So the sport button is just like basically it's in a very awkward position in the underneath the gear lever, where you just put it into sport and it pulls. You know, there is turbo lag with this engine, but it's not too much. It's not unbearable. I absolutely feel like it's okay. And the ride and the comfort is okay. The handling of the vehicle, I have to say, this for me kind of, it handles a bit better than the Fronx, mean to say. So yeah, man, like, because I can't help but compare this vehicle to a vehicle that I've driven, which is the Fronx, right? Since they kind of compete in the same segment and things like that. So yeah, I really also, this one does feel a tad powerful than the Fronx. But again, I think the Fronx is cheaper, or this one is cheaper. Oh, this being the Kuro version is actually more expensive than the Fronx. And then the normal Accenter, I think the price difference is about 3,000 Rand or so. So yeah, man. But nonetheless, this is a pretty solid vehicle, right? Also, fuel economy wise, right? So we have this eco driving thing over there that just tells us our fuel economy. So just now I'm just below half a tank, and I've covered about 249 k's since the filling up of the tank and things like that, which is fairly decent. I've seen it. So the best fuel consumption that I've gotten in this vehicle is about 17 k's per liter, which kind of translates to 5.8 liters per 100 k's on the open road, which is, I think, point on or spot on to what Nissan claims, right? Because I think Nissan also claims about 5.8 for this variant, which is really not too bad. It's actually fine. Like, it's very, those are seriously healthy numbers. And then 14 kilometers per liter, I'll put up what that translation figure is, which again, I don't think it's bad. I think it will be hovering around the 6 or the 7 if we're pushing it. But yeah, man, overall, this is a really solid buy. Although this one does kind of feel like it's not as well insulated compared to the Fronx, right? Yeah, I do kind of hear that some road noise a bit more with this one and things like that, but nonetheless, man, it's fine. I mean, it's a budget vehicle. Once again, what I don't like, I also mentioned it earlier on, is this, you know, right now I'm stopped like at the traffic light, and I feel like people can actually kind of think that my door is unlocked because of this. That's what I really don't like. So this vehicle also doesn't come with start-stop. It's not a train smash. I'm fine with that. But yeah, overall, this is a really solid vehicle. I have no reason why I can't recommend this vehicle. You know, I have absolutely no reason why. If I was in the market for one, I would have already purchased one. But yeah, man, this is a solid buy. With that being said, I'm CJ from 6 Gear Wheels, and I'm signing off.